Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and this is a Geschützwagen Tiger, the Tier 9 German SPG, and we're on the south spawn of Murovanka, and the commander of this vehicle is Jaeger. Now, what can we tell you about the GW Tiger? Well, you see that round plate at the back? That's the recoil plate, and that's mounted onto the ground. And the actual gun was designed so that it could actually be taken out of the vehicle and act as a static gun. But of course, they never actually got to build and test the or put into production the weapon. They've had a test prototype, and it was captured with a variety of guns ready for testing, but they never got a chance to actually try it out. Now, the commander of this vehicle is Jaeger, and Jaeger in German means hunter. Okay, he's headed off to the east bushes. Most Arty tend to go over this way. Is he going to go? No, he's going to stay here. He's getting ready to fire, and he's looking for a target, and he's got plenty straight away. That AMX has done a lot of spotting. Okay, we've got two heavies on their way to the middle pass on the west side. It looks like he's going to go for the IS-3 first. Or is he? No, looks like it was the OHO. And it's a direct hit on the OHO. Yeah, oh, he's lost a lot of hit points. He's lost 350 hit points straight away. So that was a big hit. And he's showing a bit of stun as well. Now, Jaeger's got a 35.4 second reload. He's only got 15 rounds of HE. No premium ammo on this one. It's a 1.6 second flight time. He's lined up. Looks like he's going to go for the IS-3, but he can't see it, so I think he's going to go for a target he can see, which is this AMX M451, who's over on the west side of the map. And that's nicely lined up, and that's a direct hit. 441 hit points, big stun. I'm sure that did a lot of damage. AMX 30 is poking. He's trying to get shots. But I think the worry for him is if he does poke too far, the IS-3 plug in full of holes. Well, in fact, several of the tanks will plug in full of holes, not just the IS-3. Almost reloaded. Going to go again on the IS-3. The AMX is asking for help on the IS-3. Now, is Jaeger going to help him? I think so. He's lining up the shot. That looks right. Rounds out. Right at the front of him. We'll have to wait and see how much hit points he did. Oh, yes, he did do some. It's missing some health, that IS-3. And a nice big stun. Now, 16 seconds and he can fire again. And the enemy seems to be pushing down through the magic forest. But Jaeger's almost ready to go on the IS-3. Lining him up and rounds out. Oh, that goes long. That was unfortunate. The aim point that he actually, or the drop point, was actually some distance back. I think he was trying to get the shell into the turret of the IS-3. That's why he actually moved the drop point, the dot right in the center of the reticule, further back. You can see as the IS-3 moves through the field of fire, it actually causes that little red line, which tells you that it's interrupting the fall of the shell. And that VK101 is about to find that out the hard way. Rounds out. Direct hit. 253 hit points, and the AMX is now going to go to town on him, and he's picked up all the stun assists as well, so that was very useful. It's a good bit of coordination. That IS-3 is missing a lot of hit points. I think the other tanks, the Chrysler and the others, have been attacking him, and he's only got 22 hit points left, so it's a splash kill. But he would probably be better off going for the OHO behind him. And he's lining them both up. He could get a perfect Bombardier here, actually. He could get a Bombardier. Let's see if he does. He's getting ready to shoot. And rounds out. Oh, he does! He gets a Bombardier! That was beautiful. He lined it up. I could see it happening. And you can see both tanks were just too close together. One was weak. One was slightly not weak, actually. But he put it in perfectly. And took out both of them with one shot. So he's got one medal straight away. That's for certain. Now, the AMX M451. There's nobody else defending on the that pass area except the AMX. And he's already taking fire. Now, Jaeger's lining up for a shot and rounds out. That should be on target. It is 381. And he's picking up some stun assist as well. One of the enemies has managed to creep forward. Now, he was spotted a second or so ago by the tank destroyer to Jaeger's right. It's lined up on him now. It's a T-34-2. Aiming. Still waiting for the reload to complete. That T-34 is not going to last very long now. 106 hit points. It's going to be a splash kill either way. And he doesn't need to fire because it was taken out. But there's a Wizzy 111-14. And he's using that wreck for cover. Runs out. And that's a splash hit. 488. Looks like he's trying to fire on the Tiger 2. And he did, and it took him out. Now the scores are fairly even. Except the enemy's got two heavies. And I think Jaeger's going to try and address that right now. No, he switches back, but both tanks have gone unsighted. So he can see this Gorilla. It's almost completed his reload. No, it's too late. Only 188 off that one, I'm afraid. He should have aimed ahead of the Gorilla's track. The trouble with the GW Tiger is that it has got a fairly narrow field of fire. So if he was to actually move the aim slightly further to the left, he would have incurred some reticule bloom. Now he's going for the T-30, marks his target, lets the Scorpion G know that's what he's going to be attacking next. Scorpion G is the other side of that hill. That's actually on the hill. And that's causing a problem because he's aiming at that target. But the hill is actually preventing him getting a direct shot on him. But that Wizzy 111 is popping up on top of the hill. And he can put a shell into that. Rounds out. Direct hit. I thought he'd do that. Unfortunately, they lost the T-30. Well, no, the enemy lost the T-30, so that's good. Sorry, I beg your pardon. I thought that we'd lost the T-30. And the AMX has come forward. And he's receiving fire. He's going for the T-34. No, I don't think he knows the T-34's there. Jaeger's almost ready to go again. He can claim this one. He's got 2 kills already. Can he get this one? Oh, doesn't need to. T-34 took out the AMX. Oh, we just lost the Scorpion G to the Wizzy. And he's hiding behind that wreck. Oh, that's a splash kill. And that's the Wizzy gone. There's 3 enemy left. In fact, there's 3 on both sides. Although the thing is that Jaeger's team are all boxed into the southwest corner of the map. And the enemy has virtually the rest of the map to roam in. The enemy Arty appears to me to be a batch at 155.55 as well. And they're fairly mobile. So they could easily come south. Of course, we know that the enemy's got a Gorilla and a Scorpion G. I think they're just going to maintain positions here for the moment until they sight something. Ah, right, there's the griller. Oh, he got a shot into the T-34. And Jaeger must have been doing something else because he was very distracted. He didn't actually change his aim for some time. And there's the Scorpion G. Fires around it. And he splashes the griller for 374, which is good strike. And the T-34 gets revenge and takes out the griller. That just leaves the Scorpion and that deadly gun. That 128 millimeter. Now the T-34 needs to hold back. Don't go too far forward because otherwise the Scorpion G will get you. And if the Scorpion G doesn't get you, the Batchat 155 might. Now, he's loaded, ready to go. Trouble is, his reticule's so big. Rounds out. Oh! Now, I suspect he did get a hit there. We didn't see an explosion. And the shell just disappeared. So, I suspect he did hit the Scorpion G. And he is missing some hit points. Well, at least he's managed to get something there. Okay, the Scorpion G has been seen again, but he is firing on the T-34. And that round splashes the Scorpion G for 195. I think the Scorpion G's engine has been damaged. He's moving very slowly. I also suspect his repair kit is in use or in cooldown, and therefore he's not able to repair it. So the T-34 needs to keep in contact with that Scorpion G, because I think they'll have him now if they can find him and put a round into him or nearby him. They can splash him to death. T-34 and T-28 need to move up together. There's the Scorpion. Okay. Oh, he takes out the T-34. But can Jaeger put the shell into him? Even though he's not moving very fast, he's still difficult to nail down. He should have fired there, but the T-28 is going to come around the corner any second now. And when he does, he'll get sighting on the Scorpion. There he is. The Scorpion's been seen. Now, he needs to lay down the shell. Oh, no, he doesn't need to. Right, now he needs to move forward. Oh, there's the Batchat. Okay. Right, now, the Batchat's a very dangerous opponent for the T-28. 155mm howitzer. And he misses the T-28. And Jaeger does not miss. 440 hit points. Takes the Batchat 155-55 out of the game and wins the game in one shot. Lovely. Let's have a look at the end of battle results. And it's an ace tanker for Jaeger in the GW Tiger. He also picked up a fighter badge for getting 4 kills. He did get 4 exactly. He also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 16 in that one. And he also picked up a Gore's medal because he did more damage, exceeding 10 times the hit points of his vehicle. But the one thing that we didn't actually appreciate at the time, he actually used up all of his ammunition. He used up all 15 rounds, which means he picked up a Fadin's medal when he killed the last enemy on the enemy team with his last round of ammo. And they're pretty rare to get. They're easier to get if you've got an SU-5 and or any of the Arty which have got limited number of rounds like the GW Tiger. So congratulations to Jaeger for getting that one. And he picked up a Bombardier because he took out both the IS-3 and the OHO together. In one shot, which is a very, very pleasing shot because it was predictable. And he picked up a High Calibre to finish it off. At least 20% of the enemy hit points, over 1,000 hit points in total. Let's have a look at team score. 5,021 hit points. He also picked up 4 kills, which puts him top of the table there. And he picked up 1,212 XP, base XP. but it wasn't top of the table. The AMX-30 actually managed to get that because, of course, he's lower tier and he was firing on higher tier opponents. So, well done. Let's have a look at the statistics. The detailed report: he fired 15 rounds, got 8 direct hits, 8 penetration, 9 splash. Damage of 5,021 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He hit 8 of the enemy, but killed 4 of them. He did stun assistance of 1,079 off 13 stuns. On a premium account, he earned 61,203 credits. And after ammunition resupply, and the ammunition is expensive, he still had 52,036 credits spare. I think there's a holiday ops bonus in there as well, which is missing, not showing. He received 1,818 experience points. There's another holiday ops bonus not showing here, so he actually picked up 2,472 in total. So well done there to Jaeger. That was a thrilling end, actually, because I thought for a second he was going to have to drive all the way up the other end of the battlefield to go after the to go to the cap, or at least to find the batch at Helion. I'm very surprised that that batch at didn't move. He could have actually zoomed around to the south with his fast Arty and actually come at the enemy, come at Jaeger's cap from the east, and that would have made him much more difficult to detect. But instead he actually decided to stay north and defend his own cap, which in the end didn't pay off very well for him. So well done. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay I'll be featuring in our next video.